By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to clone and run an existing Rails application. The first thing I need to do is ensure that both Ruby and Rails are installed on my system. I can do so by running the following commands in my console. You can see in both cases that I've asked for the version of Ruby and Rails, and I've gotten a return value. Now I'll find the repository for the application I want to run locally and clone it onto my machine. Next, I need to install all of the application's dependencies on my local machine. You can see that I've changed into the directory of the new application that I've cloned to my machine, and now I'm running bundle install. You can see from the output on the console that it's fetching data about the gems, and then it's using rake, and it's installing all of our gems. Next, I need to create a database and migrate the schema. This is done by calling the Rails db::create command in the console. As you can see by the output, we've created our database. And then to migrate the schema, we call Rails db::migrate. Now, I should be able to run the application locally using Rails server or Rails S. Now, follow along to make sure that you can complete all these steps on your local machine. First, we need to ensure that both Ruby and Rails are installed on your system. We can do so by running the following commands in the console. Next, we'll find the repository for the application we want to run locally and clone it onto our machine. After that, we need to install all of the application's dependencies on our machine. Before running, we need to have a database created and have our schema migrated. After doing all that, we should be able to run the application locally using Rails server or Rails S. Now, on your own, you need to do the following. First, verify that Ruby on Rails is installed on your machine. Second, find a Rails application that you'd like to install and run on your local machine. Clone the repository into a project directory on your machine. Install all of the project's dependencies. Create a database for the project. Migrate the schema for the database. And finally, run the application locally and interact with the application in your browser.